So we continue with the mensuration. Okay, so now the problem I'm doing is the example number 18. I think mostly it's example number 18 in your textbook because I have the old textbook. I'll read out the problem for you still. It's given that the radius of the base of a cone and the radius of a sphere are the same. So there is a cone and then there is a sphere. They are both having the same radius, so let it be r, which is equal to 8 centimeter. So both of them have a radius of 8 centimeter. Given that the volume of these two solids are also the same, so even V1 is equal to what? V2. Calculate the height of the cone. So what must be the height of the cone? Now since we are given that volume of 1 is equal to volume of 2, what's the formula for volume of cone? 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, what is the volume of the sphere? 4/3 pi r cube. Now let's see what we can reduce here. We'll do first the substitution. So I'll get what here? 1/3 pi into r squared, so 8 into 8 into h1 is equal to 4/3 into pi into 8 into 8 into 8. Now let's start reducing here. So you see, you can cancel pi, we can cancel these 3, we can cancel 8, 8, 8 and 8. So what are you left with now? h1 is equal to 4 into 8, so that will be what? 32 centimeter. Done. It's a very simple problem, so they can ask you this for 3 marks. But there is one more part to this problem. You have to also calculate the slant height of the cone. This is little challenging now. So how do you find the slant height of the cone? So what's the formula of slant height? L squared is equal to r squared plus h squared. So r is equal to what? 8 squared plus 32 squared. So again, the calculations are very easy if you're using a calculator. Otherwise, they're going to get a little tougher. So how to simplify your calculations? What we'll do here is take 8 squared common. So 8 squared into 1 is 8 squared. 8 squared into 4 is 32. Right? So 4 squared. So this will become 8 squared into 17. So what will be L is equal to 8 root 17. So the slant height is equal to 8 times root 17. Now you'll have to find the value of root of 17 using a logbook, multiply and then correct to 2 decimal place. On rounding off, your final answer should come to 32.98 centimeter. You can work out and check. I've written the answer directly. Now, example number 19. Now in example 19, it says that a metallic sphere of radius 10.5 centimeter. So we've got a sphere out here whose radius is equal to 10.5 centimeter. It is melted and then recasted. Okay, underline melted and recasted, very important. Whenever they say anything is melted and recasted, remember you have to basically equate their volumes. So this one was a big sphere, and from this big sphere you converted n number of small spheres. So because they are smaller spheres, you can make n number of spheres, each of radius 10.5. so radius of this is equal to 3.5 centimeters, smaller radius, and height is equal to, okay guys, there is a mistake. This is a small cone, not sphere. So its radius is 3.5 and height is equal to 3 centimeter. You have to find the number of cones that can be formed. So we'll make this what? Capital R. Let this be capital R. Now the number of spheres is equal to what? Number of cones is equal to volume of big sphere. So volume of big sphere divided by volume of one small cone. Now let's put the formula first. What's the volume of big sphere? It'll be 4 upon 3 pi r cube. What will be the volume of one small cone? 1 by 3 pi r squared h. So we can also reduce something out here. We can reduce pi, we can reduce 3 also. Now let's start substituting again. So what will we get? On substituting, we will get what now? 4 into big R cube. So that's what? 10.5. So if you know 10.5 is what? Okay, like 10.5 only. 10.5 into 10.5 into 10.5 divided by R is what? 3.5 into 3.5 into 3. So now, what is 3.5 ones are? 3.5 threes are. 3.5 ones are. 3.5 threes are. 3 ones are. 3 ones are cancel. Now you need to multiply these numbers. So what will be 4 into 10.5? So it will be 42. 42 into 3, 126. So it will be 126. 1 minute. So you'll get this as 126. I don't know, somehow it has got disappeared. So just remember that the number of cones which were formed were what? 126. That's the answer. Now next problem we are doing is example number 20. Example 20. So these problems seems very simple in terms of calculation, but they are very important from exam point of view. Now they say a hollow metal sphere of internal and external radii 2 and 4 centimeter. So internal radius is equal to 2 centimeter and external radii is equal to 4 centimeter. Is melted into a solid cone of base radius 4 centimeter. So this is converted into what? A solid cone. So they are making a solid cone out of this of base radius is equal to 4 centimeter. Find the height and the slant height of the cone. So first we'll have to calculate height and then the slant height. So this object is a solid cone and this one is what? A hollow sphere. Now what is the formula for a hollow sphere first of all? So see, basically now in this what concept we are going to use? Again they said what? Melted and recasted. So what we can say is that the volume of material or the metal which we have used, volume of material or metal in hollow sphere will be equal to what? It's equal to volume of material in solid cone. Now what is the volume of material in a hollow sphere? So it will be 4 by 3 pi in brackets r cube minus r cube. What is the volume of material in a solid cone? 1 by 3 pi r squared h. Now what all we can reduce here? So we can cancel here what? Pi and pi, 3 and 3. Now what are we left with? 4 r cube. So that's 4 cube minus 2 cube minus 2 cube is equal to r1 squared. So 4 into 4 into h. Now what we need to cancel here? We can cancel 1, 4 and 4. Now what is 4 cube? 64. 2 cube is 8 is equal to 4 into h. What is 64 minus 8? 56. 56 by 4 is what? 14. So 14 centimeter is equal to height. Now you have to also find what? Slant height. So if you remember, how do you find slant height? L squared is equal to r squared plus h squared. R squared is equal to what now? 4 squared. H squared is how much? 14 squared. Again, you'll get tough calculation. So what we can do is you can take 2 common if you want to. Or I think, yeah, take 2 only common. It'll be easier. 2 common. So 2 2s are 2 squared is common. So we'll get what inside? We'll get 2 squared here plus 2 sevens are 14. So now what is 2 squared here? You'll get 4. This will be what? 4 plus 49. That's how much? 53. So you'll get 4 into 53. That is L squared. So what will be L equal to? 2 root 53. Now we'll have to find the square root using logbook again. Root of 53 and multiply. You'll get the final answer. Okay, the final answer out here is 14.56. It's a correct to 2 decimal place answer, guys. So you need to correct to 2 decimal place. Okay. Fine. Now next problem. So okay. Yes, now in the next problem, that is number 5. Sorry, not problem number 5. One sec, I have numbered this as 20, right? So this is problem number 21. So this is the problem number 21. The vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. Its height is 11 centimeter and the radius of its top, which is open, is 2.5. So see, first we've got an open cone here. It's a hollow open cone, and so its height is equal to 11 centimeter. Height is equal to 11 centimeter, and the radius which is open is 2.5 centimeter. R is equal to 2.5. It is filled with water up to the rim. When lead shots, each of which is a sphere of radius 0.25. So we are dropping lead shots inside it. So when you drop the number of lead shots out here, see, these are the lead shots. So we are dropping lead shots inside it of radius 0.25 centimeter. So 0.25 centimeter can be written as what? 1/4 of a centimeter. Okay. Now because you are dropping lead shots inside this, and this was completely filled with what? Water. So what will happen now? Water will start spilling out. How much water has spilled out? So it is 2/5 of the water flows out. So 2/5 of the volume of cone, that much water will spill out. Okay. So you have to find what are the number of lead shots which were dropped. So this is a little bit of physics also out here. So you need to know basically that the volume of lead shots, volume of n number of lead shots is equal to volume of water which is displaced. And how much volume of water is displaced? So that is 2/5 of the volume of the cone. Now let's start substituting. First of all, we need to keep different notations for lead shots and the cone. So what I'll do is I'll use the symbol over here, capital out here. This is capital R and this will be a capital H. So now what's the volume of n number of lead shots? So it will be n into 4/3 pi r cube is equal to 2/5. What's the volume of the cone? 1/3 pi r squared h. Now let's start. First, let's see what we can reduce here. You can cancel pi, 3, 3. You can also cancel 2 1s are 2 2s are. Okay. So now what do we have over here? We will have n into 2 into small r cube, which is what? 1/4 into 1/4 into 1/4. Big R is what? 2.5. 2.5 means what? 5/2. 5/2. H is what? 11. Correct? Now what is the denominator left out? Also one more, 5. So this is the calculations. Now what we'll do is cancel, 2 2s are 4. Then 5 and 5 got cancelled. 2 1s are 2, 2s are. So now what is n equal to? So n is equal to, what is 2 4s are 8, 8 5s are 40. 40 into 11 is what? 440. Got it? Now, yeah, so that's the end of the problem, guys. These also come 2-3 times in your school papers also. As mark this one also as a 3-star problem. Now this one problem which I'm doing, okay, this is from the exercise 20D. Okay, most of the problems of exercise 20D are easy. I think you'll get most of them. Okay, whichever you do not get, we'll discuss in the class. But there is one problem which is a little tricky, which I'm doing right now. That is a problem number 10. So now it's given that there is a solid metallic cone with a radius of 6 centimeter, and height 10 centimeter, and it's made up of some heavy metal A. So let's say this is our cone. I'll just draw 2-dimensional figure only, guys. It'll be a little easier to draw and understand. So okay, so let's see. I'm drawing the side view, guys. So it's like a triangle out here. So in this problem, they say there is a solid metallic cone with radius 6 centimeter and height is equal to 10 centimeter. It's made up of a heavy metal A. In order to reduce its weight, a conical hole is made in the cone, and then it is completely filled with another lighter metal B. Now, so basically out here, what they are doing is that in this cone, they have made a hole and they have replaced that metal B with the metal A. Okay, so it's like this. So basically out here, whatever is there inside this thing, that is made up of metal, this all is made up of metal B. And okay, whatever is there outside, that is made up of the metal. This whole thing is only what? Metal A. So okay, now let's start. So this is our metal A here. Okay, that's our metal A here, and this is our metal B. Now what are all the distance and all given to us? So we are given first that the radius of the inner one, the smaller one, is how much? It's given as the conical hole has a diameter of 6, so radius is equal to 3, and the height of this is equal to how much? 4. And for the bigger one, the radius is equal to how much? Radius is equal to 6 and the height is equal to 10 centimeter. So height of the bigger cone is 10 centimeter. Now what are you asked to find? You have to find the ratio of the volume of metal A. Okay, now see, notice this properly. You have to find the ratio of the volume of metal A to the volume of metal B. What's the volume of the metal A now? It is 1/3. Okay. First, guys, how will you find the volume of metal A? So we'll have to do what? Volume of the bigger cone minus the volume of the small cone. Divide by volume of the small cone. Now see, there is this one trick to make these calculations easier, and the trick is separate the numerators. So what we are basically doing is volume of big cone upon the volume of small cone divided by minus volume of small cone divided by volume of small cone. Now cancel it, so we can reduce these two. So what will you get here? Minus 1. What is the volume of the big cone? So the volume of the big cone is equal to what? 1/3 pi r squared h. Small cone 1/3 pi r squared h. What can we cancel here? We can cancel 1/3 pi, 1/3 pi. Okay, and what else will you get over here? R squared upon r squared. So what is your capital R? 6 into 6 into 10. Small r 3 into 3 into 4 minus 1. So we can cancel 3 3s are 9, 9 4s are 36. 36 cancel. So what is 10 minus 1? 9. So the ratio will be 9:1. Okay. Then next problem number 22. This is example number 22. Okay. Now example 22 is it's relatively simpler actually. So see, in this problem they are saying that there is a toy which is in the shape of a cone. So there is a toy which is in the shape of a cone, and the cone is mounted on a hemisphere. Okay, the cone is mounted on a hemisphere, meaning what? This will be your hemisphere. One sec, I'll have to draw freehand only. So this part is your part of the hemisphere. Now they both share the same radius, and that's the height of the cone here. So they say a toy is in the form of a cone mounted on a hemisphere with the same radius. The diameter is equal to 12, so the radius is equal to what? 6 centimeter. So that's the radius, which is equal to 6 centimeter. Now its height is 8 centimeter, so this is equal to 8. Determine the surface area and the volume, and they have given us the value of pi also. So pi is given as 3.14. Now whenever they ask you surface area, remember they always mean what? Total surface area only of the given object and the volume of the object, both are asked. It will always be easier to find out the volume because usually there is no confusion in volume. Only TSA will demand little bit more of application. So how will you find out the TS? We'll first find out the volume. So now see, for finding the total volume of the object, what will it be equal to? It will be basically volume of the cone plus the volume of the hemisphere. So you'll have to write all these statements in the exams also. It's important to show how you're getting. You cannot directly start with the formula. Now, what is the volume of the cone? So volume of the cone is what? 1/3 pi r squared h plus 2/3 pi r cube. Okay, now what is common in both of them? We can take pi common, r squared common, and upon 3 common. In brackets h plus 2r. So now we've got pi into r, which is 6 into 6 upon 3, in brackets 8 plus 2 into 6. So what will this become now? 3 1s are 3 2s are. So you'll have here what? 12 pi into 20, which is 240 pi. So that is 240 into 3.14, and then multiply this 24 into 3.14, you'll get the answer. So this is 414. I'm writing it from here. Guys, you will multiply, try and check. 414.48 centimeter squared. Now we have to find out total surface area. So for total surface area, first thing what will you need? You will need the slant height of the cone. So we'll first find out the slant height. What's the formula for slant height? L squared is equal to r squared plus h squared. How much is the slant height? We need to find out. R is given 6 squared, height is 8 squared. Some of you must be remembering that L is equal to what? 10. So it will be 10 centimeter. That's your slant height. Now guys, we need to find what further? The TSA. So now for finding the TSA, what we can do is, for finding the TSA, we'll have to, okay, see. So now for finding the total surface area, it is going to be curved surface area of the cone plus curved surface area of the hemisphere. So remember, whenever you're finding total surface area, it does not mean that you just, whatever formulas you have by hearted, you just add them, put over here. See, the cone have a base, but if you notice in this case, you cannot paint the base of a cone. You cannot even paint the flat surface of a hemisphere also. So remember, total surface area means only that area which you can actually paint, correct? So you can paint the curved surface of a cone and at the curved surface of the hemisphere. That's all. You can't paint it further. Now, what is the curved surface area of a cone? So what will be the formula for that? Pi r L. Of the hemisphere, it will be what? 2 pi r squared. What is common over here? Pi r in brackets L plus 2r. So pi into r was how much, guys? Out here r was equal to 6. R is 6, slant height is 10, and then again 2 into 6. So it will be 6 pi into 22. So that's 132 pi. But remember, you cannot take pi as 22 upon 7. You will have to take it as what? 3.14 only. So, and when you will multiply, you will get the answer 753.6. I'm not sure if this answer is correct because no, guys, there is a mistake. This answer is 414. I've interchanged the answers. This answer out here is 414.48 because in the textbook they have first found the surface area. That's why the answers got interchanged. Whereas this answer is 243, so it should be 720 something. So this answer is given as 753.6 centimeter square. Yes, this problem is also a 3-star problem. Okay, next problem number 9. Sorry, example number 23. You can mark this as a Dhasu problem actually. This has got a little more application, needs a little more imagination also to understand. So see, in this one again, you're given first that there is a cone. Okay, so say out here we've got a cone, and on the top of this cone they have put a hemisphere. So there's a hemisphere also on the top of this. That's a hemisphere. Okay, so if you can make out, it's like there was one whole cone, and on the flat surface on the top we have put a hemisphere stuck on it. It's a 3-dimensional figure. If you're not understanding the figure I have drawn, refer to the textbook figure. Now you're given that the base radius of the cone are 24 and 10 centimeter. If the height and the base radius of the cone are 24 and 10, so the radius of the cone from here to here, that small r is equal, I'll write it as bigger R. Big R is equal to 10 centimeter. And the height of the cone from here to here, h, is equal to 24 centimeter. And I'm writing it directly now that if you find the slant height using that formula, it will come to 26 centimeter slant height. Now, after this, they are telling us that there is a small cone whose diameter, there is a small hemisphere whose diameter is 10. So we know that the radius of this hemisphere now, okay, the radius of this hemisphere here, what is the radius of this hemisphere? It's equal to how much? 5 centimeter. That's the radius of the hemisphere. Got it? So now okay, now guys, we need to find out what first. You only has to find the TSA. Okay, there is no volume. But if they would have asked volume, it was easy, guys. We had to do what? Simply volume of cone plus the volume of hemisphere. But they are asking us to calculate what? The TSA. Now see how to calculate TSA of this. It's a little difficult now. First, let's see if you're holding this cone in your hand. So you'll be doing what? CSA of the cone, which is equal to what? Pi r L. So this will be one thing. Then you'll be doing the CSA of the hemisphere on the top. What is the CSA of a hemisphere on the top? It will be equal to 2 pi r squared. Plus, you can see this shaded area. That's basically like a ring if you can make out. Okay, this is like a ring over here. Now, what would be the area of this ring here? So that will be what? Pi big R squared minus small r squared. Got it? So these are the areas. You need to find them and add them. You'll get it. Now, let's see if we can simplify these calculations. Again, you're given pi is equal to what? 3.14. So it's going to be a little tough to solve it. So let's try. So what will be the total surface area? It'll be the CSA of a cone pi RL. I need to change this R to capital R. So it will be equal to pi R L plus it will be what? 2 pi R squared plus pi R squared minus R squared. So what will be TSA equal to? Pi RL plus 2 pi R squared plus pi R squared minus pi R squared. So it will be pi RL plus, now what is 2 pi R squared minus pi R squared? Plus pi R squared plus pi R squared. Now we can take what? Pi common, correct? So what will you get in brackets? RL plus R squared plus R squared. So now let's substitute inside this R. What is big R? 10. Small l is what? 26 plus. What is small r again here? 5 squared. Big R is what? 10. So again 10 squared. So it's equal to pi. So it will be 260 plus 25 plus 100. Now pi. 260 plus 100 is what? 360. 360 plus 25 is what? 385. Guys, see now, if you would have calculated pi individually, like if I would have multiplied with pi here separately, here separately, here, you would have got very difficult calculations. Now see how your calculations are simplified. Pi is what? 3.14. Now they have purposely gave you 3.14 to make your calculations difficult. Because if they would have given you 22 upon 7, see what would have happened. You would have got 7 ones are, 7 fives are 35. Again 7 fives are 35. And then 55 into 2, 110 and 110 into 11. So 1210. You would have got approximately that same answer only. But now the catch is that they are asking you purposely to take pi as what? 3.14. So now we'll take it as pi is 3.14. So 314 upon 100 into 385. So now 5 20s are 5 7s are 35. 5 7s are 35. Now 2 10s are 2 157s are. So now you simply multiply 157 into 77 and then divide by 10. You'll get the answer. Now 157 into 77. 7 sevens are 49. 4 39 3 10. So again 1099 9 18 0 2 1. So it will be 1208.9 cm square. That's the answer. Okay. Then guys, now next sum is the example number 26. I think it must be 26 in your book also. Example number 26. So from a solid cylinder of height 36 centimeter. So you have a solid cylinder. So okay, I'll draw the figure, the rough sketch for this first. So say you've got a solid cylinder whose height is equal to 36 centimeter. H is equal to 36 and radius is equal to 14 centimeter. So R is equal to 14. A conical cavity of radius 7 centimeter and height 24 is drilled out. So from here you've drilled out a conical cavity. Now the radius of this conical cavity is given how much? 7, and the height is what? 24 centimeter. So the height of this is equal to 20. This is your small r, and height is equal to 24. Now, yeah guys, the diagram is not to scale. You have to find the volume and the total surface area of the remaining solid. So guys, see, just to make it little more clear, like see, just try to show you what does it mean. So this is your top surface. I hope you can make out now. So in the top one you've carved a cone inside, like, and you've removed some material from inside. So that's how it will appear. Now first you have to calculate what the volume. So before that we'll first find the slant height and keep over here. So I'm writing the slant height directly over here. It's 25 centimeter. You can solve it and find out. It'll come 25. Now next thing, first we're asked to calculate what volume of the material. So what is the volume of the remaining solid? So volume of remaining solid is equal to volume of remaining solid is equal to volume of the cylinder minus the volume of the cone. What's the volume of the cylinder? So pi r squared h minus 1/3 pi r squared h. Out here we can take pi as 22 upon 7, and your radii are also multiple of 7, so don't worry, it will get cancelled, into 36 minus 1/3 pi r squared, which is what? 7 into 24. Now 7 ones are 7 twos are 7 ones are 7 ones are 3 ones are 3 eights are. So what are we going to get here now? Over here in the first term we have got what? 22 into 28 into 36 minus 22 into 7 into 8. Okay, now if you find these calculations easier, I'm trying to do it in a different way. 28 into 36. What I'm writing in the other bracket is 22. Now instead of 7 into 8, I'm writing it as 28 into 2. I hope you got how. So if you see 7 is 56, 28 2 is also what? 56. Now in both of them, what is common? So 22 into 28 is common in both. Correct? So I'll write 22 into 28 outside the bracket, and in other bracket 36 minus 2. So 22 into 28 into 34. Now 28 into 256, 616. So the first two numbers will give you 616 into 34, and then multiply them. So you'll get some big number out here. It's coming up to 20944 centimeter cube, since it's volume. Now what's the second part you have to find out? Now you have to find the TSA. Okay, now see what all will be the TSA over here. So first there is going to be the base area of this cylinder. So if you can make out, the base is also going to be what? Like a circle, right? So it will be what? Pi big R squared. Then there is going to be curved surface area of this, which is what? 2 pi big R h. Then there is going to be this ring on the top. Okay, the area of this ring will be what? Pi big R squared minus small r squared. And also they have carved inside, right? So we have to find the inner curved surface area also. What will be the inner curved surface area now? From here, it's going to be pi r l, small r and small l. Okay, so now you have to find the value of 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's better you find individual values of all these 4 and then add them. Or you can also do what, you can take pi common and then do. I think it'll not make a lot of a difference because the pi is getting cancelled with the other number, with the radii. So it's better you find individual values v1, a1, a2, a3, a4 and then add up all of them. Okay, I'm just telling you the final answer. You can cross check your answer. It will come up to 4796 centimeters squared. So those who want, they can also try taking pi or some numbers common like I tried in the previous one. But it's only that there are going to be 4 terms, so it's going to be a little long. If you don't get confused, go with that method. If you feel you will get confused, then find individual areas and then add them. It will be a little long, but even that will be easy only, guys. Okay, then next problem is the problem number 27. So now we are on example 27. Again, it's a 3-star problem, and as I said, again, not because of the level of difficulty but from exam point of view. So now here they say a girl fills a cylindrical bucket 32 centimeter in height and 18 centimeter in radius. So we have got a cylindrical bucket whose radius is given and height is given. Radius is given 18 centimeter and the height is given as 32 centimeter. Also, what they do now, this whole bucket was filled with sand and she empties the bucket on the ground and makes a conical heap. So when you empty, it has formed a conical heap. So the now the radius and height of that conical heap is how much? The height is given as 24 centimeter, radius we are not given, and slant height also we are not given. So you have to find both radius and the slant height. But if you read the question properly, underline that slant height you want correct to 1 dp, 1 decimal place. Again, the volume of the sand is going to remain the same, right? So we can say the volume of the cylindrical bucket is equal to what? The volume of the conical heap. I can just say volume of a cylinder is equal to volume of the cone. What's the formula for volume of cylinder? Pi r squared h. Cone will be what? 1/3 pi r squared h. Pi is what? Cancel. Then radius is what? 18 into 18 into height is what? 32 is equal to 1/3 into r squared into 24. Now see what all we can cancel. I can cancel 3 1s are here and 3 8s are 24. 8 1s are and 8 4s are. Now what will be the r squared will be equal to what? 18 squared, because there are 2 18 and 4 means 2 squared. So what will your r be equal to? 18 into 2. So r is equal to what? 36 centimeter. Okay. Second thing, slant height. What's the formula for slant height? L squared is equal to r squared plus h squared. R is equal to what? 36 squared plus h is what? 24 squared. Then take 12 common. 12 3s are 36, 12 2s are 24. So 12 squared into 13. So what will be L equal to? 12 root 13. And we'll have to again substitute the value of root 13 and then multiply. So this is the rounded off answer I'm writing directly. Actually, you'll have to first find the answer till 2 decimal place. So it comes 43.3 centimeter. Okay. Next one, example 28. Okay, in the example 28 is also a 3-star problem. Now in the example 28, it's given that from a solid cylinder whose height is equal to 8 centimeter. So you have a solid cylinder from where they are basically, again they have made a cavity and they have formed a cone inside it. So say for example, out here we've got I'm drawing the cross-sectional view. So there is a solid cylinder. Now inside this they have formed a cone. Okay, so there is a cone formed inside this. Now what is the cone given inside this? Let's say, so from a solid cylinder whose height is equal to 8. So first height of the cylinder is 8 centimeter and radius is equal to 6 centimeter. Correct? Now a conical cavity of height 8. So the height of the cone and the cavity and the cylinder, they both are same. And the base radius is, and the base radius 6 centimeter is hollowed out. Okay, so height of the radius of the cylinder is also the cone is also the same only. Find out the volume of the remaining solid and the TSA. So see guys, basically we are asked to find what? This is given to us one sec. So we have to find out this is the remaining solid whose volume we need to find out and whose surface area. Okay, in case somebody is still confused, I just try to make it 3-dimensional. It's like basically this is how it is. Correct? And from there they have carved out a cone. So now the volume is going to be really simple out here. Now what will be the volume here? So the remaining volume will be equal to, remaining volume is equal to volume of the cylinder minus the volume of the cone. See how simple it gets. What's the volume of the cylinder? Pi r squared h. What's the volume of the cone? 1/3 pi r squared h. Remember this time the radius and height both are same for both of them. So what is pi r squared h minus 1/3 of pi r squared h? It will be basically 2/3 of pi r squared h. Correct? Now we'll start substituting. So 2/3 pi is given as what? Not given. So 22/7. Radius is given as 6 into 6 into height is what? 8. So now 3 ones are 3 twos are, and then 8. Okay, so 8 twos are 16, 6 are 96, 96 twos are 192 into 22/7. So it will be what now? 384. So 384 and then 384, 412, 12, 4224. So it's coming as 4224. Yeah, I'm not sure of the calculations. You can check it yourself and then convert it into 2 decimal place. The answer is given wrong in the textbook, guys. You'll have to convert it into 2 decimal places, compulsory. Now the next part is how do you find out the TSA now? So this is going to be a little challenging here now, how to find out the TSA. So here also it's going to be a circle from the bottom. So what will be our TSA now? So for the TSA, first the bottom is what? A circle. So it will be pi big R squared. Then you'll have a curved surface area here, 2 pi big R h. Then from inside also there will be a curved surface area. So it will be what? Pi R L. Got it? So bottom, then surrounding, and then inside. Now what will be the total surface area? All these areas together. So TSA is equal to what? Pi R squared plus 2 pi RH plus pi R L. So we can see that there is pi R which is common in all of them. So in brackets we'll take what? R plus 2 pi H. Sorry, not pi, because pi is already there outside. So plus 2H and plus L. Now let's start substituting the value. Pi is 22/7. R is equal to 6. Then 6 plus 2 8s are 16. And plus slant height is how much? Okay, we have not found the slant height. Guys, when you will find, you will get it as 10 centimeter. I'm writing it directly now here. So 22 upon 7 into 6 into 16 plus 6, 22 plus 10, 32. Again, multiply all of them. So you will get how much here? 132 into 32. So it will be 4224 upon 7, I guess. Again, calculate, find out, and correct to 2 decimal place this answer also. Okay. So yeah. Now next one, we'll do example number 29. Example 29 is a Dasu problem. You will not agree with me it's a Dasu problem after the solution, but believe me, in the exam when it comes, most of the people are not able to do it, such an easy problem, because of this concept. Now, okay, let's start. So they say there is a cylindrical beaker. So you are given that there is a cylindrical beaker. Okay, so here we've got a cylindrical beaker whose base has a radius of 15 centimeter. So the base radius is equal to what? 15 centimeter. R is equal to 15 centimeter. It's filled with water up to a height of 20 centimeter. Height is equal to 20 centimeter. A heavy iron spherical ball of radius 10 centimeter. So now there is a heavy iron ball of radius 10 centimeter is dropped inside this. So see, first, now realize that first it was filled up with what? Water. We had filled up with water, say for example we had filled it up, there was water to this level inside it. So there was all water inside this, and now inside this what we have done, we have dropped a solid now cylinder. So we have dropped a solid sphere. Now the sphere which we've dropped inside this, it has got a radius of 10 centimeter. So say this is the sphere that we have dropped inside this. Now obviously when you will drop the sphere inside this, what will happen to the level of water inside this? So when I have dropped this sphere inside it, what will happen to the level of water? There is going to be an increase in the level of water. Now how much volume of water will get displaced? So the volume of water which is getting displaced is equal to the volume of the sphere. Now let's assume that the increase in the level, the increase in the height, let it be equal to what? H, or I'll write it as X over here. Now find the TSA and the remaining area. Sorry, we have to find the increase in level of water, X, that's all. Now see, what's the concept out here? So we can say what first, that the volume of sphere is equal to volume of water which is displaced. Now what is the volume of the sphere? So it will be equal to 4 upon 3 pi r cube. What's the volume of the water displaced? So it will be pi, it will be equal to pi r squared h. Correct? Now what is the radius of the sphere given to us? So the radius of the sphere is given to us is how much? 10 centimeter. So you're given that small r is equal to 10 centimeter. Now so what are we going to do? We have to cancel what? Pi and pi. Now 4 upon 3 into, what is the radius? 10. So it will be 10 into 10 into 10. Now what is big R squared? 15 into 15 into height is what? X. Because X is the rise in the level of water. Remember, you don't have to take the whole height of the cylinder. You have to only consider that height of the water level, which is where there is an increase in the level. Okay, so now what we can do is cancel what we can reduce here. Now we can reduce 15. Okay, we can cancel 5 3s are 5 2s are 5 3s are 5 2s are, so 4 2s are 8 2s are 16 into 10, 160 upon 27, okay, is equal to x. So x is equal to 27 5s are 135, so 25 remainder upon 27 centimeter. This also is a wrong answer. You'll have to correct to 2 decimal place. Okay, that's the answer. Then yes, now which we are doing the example number 31. That's a super Dhasu problem. Actually, we've already done this kind of a problem, little bit similar kind of a problem, similar application in the 9th standard. So here they are saying that water is flowing through a cylindrical pipe. So we have got a cylindrical pipe out here through which whose radius is given as what, 7/2 centimeter. Velocity of the water is equal to 5 meter per second is equal to 500 centimeter per second. So that's the velocity. Now we have to calculate how much volume of water is flowing out in liters in 1 minute. So in the first part, guys, we are asked to calculate what volume of water is flowing out in a time of 1 minute, which means what, 60 seconds. Now if you remember, we had learned the formula that volume is equal to cross sectional area multiplied by velocity multiplied by time. So we have to just use this same formula. Now what is cross sectional area? It will be pi r squared. What's the velocity given? 500. What's the time given? 60. Now substitute. What is pi equal to? 22/7 into radius is 7/2 into 7/2 into 500 into 60. Now cancel 7 7, 2 1s are 11s are, okay, 2 1s are 2 30s are. Now what will be these numbers now? So 11 into 7 77, 77 into 15, 11 sevens are 77, 500 into 330 is what, 15,000. So multiply this, you will get the answer as, let's take the answer from here for now. It's 19. Okay, it will come, one sec, I'll just write out here only, 77 into 15. So 15 sevens are 105, 15 sevens are 105 and 10, 115. So we will get how much? 1155. So see, this answer will be 1155 centimeter, 1155 000 centimeter cube. But they are asking us to find in what, liters. So it will be 1155 liter answer. Okay. Then next problem, number 2. In the second part of this problem, now in the second part they are asking us that how much time would it take in minutes. So it must be large amount of time. That's why they're asking us to find in minutes and not in seconds. The pipe would take to fill an empty rectangular tank. So the tank which you want to fill has got a volume of length into breadth into height, which is how much? 4 meter by 3 meter by 2.31 meter. Now we'll convert all these into centimeter. So it will be 400 centimeter into 300 centimeter into 231 centimeter So it's basically centimeter cube. Now what is the formula for the volume? So volume is equal to cross sectional area into velocity and into time. Now what is the volume we have? So it's 400 into 300 into 231 is equal to, what is the cross sectional area now? So that is already that we have is what, 22 upon 7 into 7 upon 2 into 7 upon 2 pi r square. What's the velocity we have here? 500 into the time is what, t. Now calculate the, now let's reduce whatever we can reduce here. So see, we can cancel 7 little carefully here. 2 ones are 2, 11s are. Then I can cancel 11 ones are, 11 twos are 22, 11 ones are, 7 ones are 7 threes are. Cancel 0 0, cancel 0 0. 5 ones are 5 80s are. Correct. So now what are we left here with? 80 into 3 into 3, and these 2 will also get multiplied that, so into 2. Okay, this is your time, but in what units is this? In second. We need to convert it into minute. How? Divide by 60. So you will get 80 into 3 into 3 into 2. Now how to solve this further? So you can cancel a 0 and 0. 3 twos are 6, cancel. So your answer will be 24 minutes. Yeah, these kind of problems can come for 4 marks. Very, very important problems. Okay.